So to being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, and I'm telling him, look, you're going to put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? We would fight. We would tussle.
The spotlight is now firmly on Diddy, and the pressure couldn't be higher. Usher, one of the biggest names in R&B, has just dropped a game-changing bombshell, exposing a horrifying truth about what allegedly went down at Diddy's infamous freak-offs. In a move that no one saw coming, Usher has revealed irrefutable proof that paints a chilling picture of Diddy's involvement in shocking acts with minors.
I don't care what they say, because they tried to push me out. They didn't want me in. They would actually say, you know, you're too close to the project. No, I'm not. Because remember, Usher went to stay with Puffy. Now that was a business decision right there, because I didn't know Puffy. I didn't know him.
How old was he?
Usher was 15.
For years, whispers have circled the entertainment industry about the secretive and disturbing nature of Diddy's private parties, but this leaked footage is a game changer. Usher, who has kept a relatively low profile in recent months,
He lost his voice.
Physically or just?
You know, puberty. He's growing, and he lost his voice, so he lost his range. So the record company felt like, okay, this is not a great investment. So Puffy was there, and I will never forget it. We had this conversation, and he said, you're going to have to trust me. That was really, really a hard decision.
appears to have finally had enough. He has revealed explosive evidence that not only exposes Diddy's role in the notorious freak-offs, but also shines a light on the minors allegedly involved in these private events. The video, shared across Usher's social media platforms, shows Diddy surrounded by high-profile figures at one of his notorious gatherings.
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor
some...
Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop.
However, what makes this video so damning is the undeniable involvement of minors in the scenes, something that, until now, had only been the subject of rumors. The footage is graphic and disturbing, leaving little room for doubt about the nature of these parties. The public is already in an uproar, with many calling for immediate action and a full investigation into Diddy's involvement.
Right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So
it was
nobody
crazy.
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I ain't say that.
Okay.
Diddy's camp has been quick to respond, scrambling to deflect any responsibility and claim the footage is doctored or taken out of context. However, Usher's reputation in the industry and the sheer credibility of the video have made these claims hard to believe. Sources close to the singer say he's been sitting on this footage for months, contemplating the right moment to bring...
I didn't
But
say
you
that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Uh-huh.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there, Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man, Faith Evans,
your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
the truth to light, and it seems like that moment has finally arrived. The timing of Usher's release of this footage couldn't be more crucial. Amid growing public scrutiny surrounding Diddy's private life and the ongoing investigation into his
Does
quest...
he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. You know, I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. 14
years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
questionable behavior, Usher has now put the final nail in the coffin for Diddy's defense. The R&B star's actions could very well mark the beginning of the end for Diddy's empire, as the industry braces for even more revelations to surface. As more details unfold and more insiders speak out, it's clear that this story is far from over. The fallout from Usher's explosive revelation is only beginning, and with many industry insiders reportedly prepared to testify, Diddy's once untouchable persona may be facing its biggest challenge yet. Stay tuned, because what's to come could shake the very foundations of the entertainment.
I know, and people know, that was around in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now, I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass?
World. In a shocking twist, Usher has just turned the heat up on Diddy in a way no one saw coming. The R&B superstar, who has remained relatively silent on the subject until now, has finally revealed explosive proof of what Diddy allegedly did to minors at his notorious freak-offs. This bombshell video, dropped by Usher, shows disturbing footage that could very well end Diddy's career.
Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember, Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe.
And his freedom. For years, rumors have swirled about the secretive nature of Diddy's private parties. These events, reportedly filled with excess and unrestrained indulgence, have long been the subject of whispers in the industry. But what Usher just released is something far darker and more sinister than anyone expected. The leaked clip shows Diddy in compromising position.
He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody.
Positions with minors, leaving nothing to the imagination. The content is shocking, and it's already ignited an outrage across the entertainment world. Diddy, who has built an empire on his image as a mogul, has been scrambling to control the narrative, with his team claiming the video is fake. But with Usher's impeccable reputation and the chilling details in the footage, many are finding it hard to dismiss the evidence.
Been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there.
Insiders close to Usher say he's been sitting on this footage for months, waiting for the right moment to expose Diddy's darker side. And now that moment has arrived. The fallout from this release has been nothing short of explosive. With ongoing investigations into Diddy's alleged misconduct, this could very well be the tipping point that finally leads to consequences for the music mogul.
And presumably then she knows that and she's pushing forward because she hasn't withdrawn.
But don't forget this. It doesn't matter if she does or she doesn't. This isn't a civil case. This is the criminal case. So she could flat out tell the federal government, I don't want to participate. And they can say, we don't care. This is a crime. Crimes are against the United States, not against, they keep calling her victim one, but don't forget, she's a witness to a crime. So it doesn't matter if she went to them in today and said, I'm not participating. Their response, we don't care. Get your ass on the stand.